Hey everybody, AbMundane aka Mundy here, and I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Speedrunners Sundays, a new episode of Speedrunners every week on the channel. So Dildozabub is your pretty typical bronze player, but we're going to be joined by a few more players in a little bit here. They made some changes to the game, actually quite a bit, a lot of different sound effects. I can't say I'm really a fan. I felt like the old sounds kind of had a sort of charm that matched the cartoony feeling of the game, and now we've got sort of like these really hard industrial sounds. Heard some people compare it to a pinball machine. Seems like pretty good, but I would say it's more like, you know, a whole sort of industrial sound. Like, it sounds like, you know, we're building a skyscraper or something. I don't know. But, so I'm not a huge fan of that. But what can you do, really? So he throws his meatball the wrong way. Just running through the stage here. Drop grapple. So here, I notice he picks up a box, so instead of going down and getting boxed, like he anticipates, I go up. Now, I know he can box me on that slope, so I throw the missile in case he does box me. He'll probably get hit by the missile, so I should be okay. But it's also just intended to kind of give him something to think about, you know? So here, I mean, pretty standard wall headbutt into slide. Anyone who's played this game long enough pretty much knows about that. I kind of messed up there. I tried to get a little bit of a boost. Kind of glad I did. My mess up kind of made it so his meatball wouldn't hit me. So as a silver player, this guy also seems fairly run-of-the-mill. Seems okay with items. He's using them in some good spots, but I mean, if you know what you're doing, you can kind of avoid them. Like right there, I just kind of slowed down a little bit and just didn't get hit by that at all. Here, I keep trying to swing up on that little grapple so I can get the boost the normal way, but I keep messing it up. I don't know if it's because I'm going too fast or I'm not grappling well enough or fast enough. So here now I go down and place a box. I just anticipated that somebody had boxes, so I should go up. So it's kind of a mistake to follow me there, you know, and it's one that's easily addressed by just going around the top instead of the bottom. Wish I had saved the box for that, but that's okay. There we go, getting the boost the wrong way again. It doesn't seem to be helping much when you get it that way, honestly, now looking at it. But we take it down. Pretty easy. Mainly because the silver wasn't there the whole time. All right, so we got nightclub. Do a little bit of bowling over there. 7-10 split. I love that. So this strategy right here is actually pretty easy once you practice it, and guaranteed to body 90% of bronzes. So it's kind of hard to explain. It just moves so fast, but you know, if you want to rewind it, you can. It's basically a pretty simple strategy overall. Once you practice it, it's just a matter of execution. And then once you get a good feel for it, you can kind of do it without seeing what's going on. Although you do have to make adjustments for items. There, go do a little more bowling. You do have to make adjustments for items, which you will see, I believe, soon. There's a time where we're going through and the guy has a freeze, and I mean, he's obviously paying attention to what I'm doing because I keep taking the same line, and I think he notices that. So I think it's going to be the next lap around. So let's so here he seems like a waste of boxes, but I guess he's just looking to cycle for a different item. I don't know, I feel like boxes are very powerful, especially when there's a lot of like choke points in the stage. Whereas I had the hook and I'm in front a lot on this stage, so it's gonna be pretty useless for me. So I cycle it back there, but then I just get another hook, so whatever. There you go through the center. So he picks up the ice, so I have to drop down, and unfortunately I mess it up. It would have been so sweet. That I didn't have enough experience with to be able to do it without seeing, and I wasn't able to see. Now I put this bomb here. Now, you might look at it and say, oh, well, he just did it so he could, like, cheese him and get a win. But really, if I don't put the bomb there at that moment, he can get a chance to get a hook off on me, and then I have to, like, do the whole ducking and sliding game. So instead, why not just keep him off of being able to aim it by just putting a bomb right there? So there's a little more strategy to it than, well, it'll slow him down, you know? Sometimes it'll slow him down is good enough, but you know, there's a little more to it than that. All right, we're playing on factory now. Now, I remember playing the stage and making quite a number of mistakes, actually. Let's see. But I don't think I was the only one, so... like right there's one. So most of this race is going to involve me just kind of like mocking my horrible play here. Throw the meatball. Somehow manage to get somebody. It was just kind of like a shot in the dark type thing. Not really. I mean, there was somebody in front of me. The person who I thought was the most threatening, who was the silver. So if I got him, so I wasn't feeling too bad about that. Kind of important when somebody's like really far behind you that you jump up and take the top on that part that splits on the bottom. This way you don't open the door and give them like a free boost. And I mean, of course, that's assuming you don't have something else, some other reason for going down there, like you're boosting through from the top of the previous section or whatever. Or if you just want an item, then yeah. But you might want to consider like slowing down a little bit, so maybe they have to like walk past the boost if you can. There, I just dropped straight down because it looked like it was falling back. A lot of people tend to go to the right over there like that. But if you just drop down, there's times when you can just like get rid of them without having to worry about it, especially in sudden death. So here, what I'm trying to do, well, I gave up on it probably because I kept messing it up. What I was trying to do was grapple into that ceiling and then get like a slide boost sort of thing. Here, I mess up again, but I pick up some boxes, fortunately, so I'm able to stop that rocket. So here, I go for a little bit of a risky maneuver and go for that boost in sudden death, especially when he has a rocket, because, you know, it's gonna be kind of coming in my direction, you know. So he picks up a bomb here. That's not good. I can't follow him through the spikes now because I'll just get destroyed. The plan there was I got a hook, so wait for him to bomb me. If he would have done it later, I would have waited. Wait for him to bomb me, and then right after he does it, I assume he's going to just try to, like, rush and get off the stage. So I can hook him at that point when he's kind of distracted. And even if the hook doesn't work, at least I slow him down. I gotta watch out for this guy's hook. Yeah, pretty obvious spot. You know, the problem with playing against a bunch of opponents who use things like hooks and obvious spots is you don't get a lot of practice for people who are really creative with items. Like, I like to think I'm pretty creative with items, but when I play against other people who are really good with items, it's harder to perform well because, you know, it's like on levels, you know? And I finally get that boost there, and that's pretty good. Give him a little bit of a tackle. But yeah, it's kind of like on a different level. So it forces me to, like, adjust my game. There I get bombed a little, or shockwaved. Probably shouldn't have went for that boost there. The first time was risky, that time was just foolish. So, it cost me a point there. Give him a little bit of tackle. For lulz. Either that or he tackled me, I couldn't really tell. There, I take the full boost. He's gonna take the left and try to do a little, that's actually not that hard to do. I was gonna say styling, but it's not really styling. It's kind of not hard to do. I just don't like to do it. I seem to always get punished when I do it, so I try to avoid it. I don't know, maybe I'm just doing it wrong. There, I mean, he just waits until I get in front of him and then grapples me like, you know, it's and there we go again. I mean, you know, like, just grab the item and use it. Like, the guy is just spamming now, you know, which is kind of funny, but it didn't slow me down any, and I just swung off the stage and took it down. So this guy seems this bronze Sir Heineck, I guess that's how you say it. I cannot pronounce names. He seems like he doesn't really respect the play too much. Like, he's not rude or mean or anything. He seemed like he was taking this in stride pretty well. But, like, things like kind of getting sloppy and going back for items. Like, what's the point in getting an item at the beginning of the stage, for example? You know, that was an okay use of Shockwave, but, you know, like, what's the point? He just uses the hook. Somebody ducks it because everyone's ducking at the beginning. Like, he's just kind of spamming here now. Like, I mean, and none of it's working. So right there, like I just jump up extra. Usually I would just stop. So here oh, look at that. I messed up, but I didn't. I just set him up for a little bit of a grapple and got him. You know, so, you know, like, he's spamming and none of it's working. Like, that just goes to show you, like, you just saw that whole sequence. Like, I got hit by hardly anything, and he spammed items as soon as he used them. And, you know, here's something that may shock you if you don't really like items or you don't use items very much. You know, item spam is not really that effective. There's some stages where it is, like Metro. But that's because those stages are poorly designed, not because items are bad. I mean, Metro is just a terrible stage. And that, yeah, all the items I avoid and the random, like, boulder I get killed by, you know? But it didn't, and there's the 3 boxes in the, this is, wow, okay, but I messed up there. So all those items and what did me in was my stupidity, so, yeah. I mean, this is kind of entertaining, really, for me. So there, I'm just kind of like, you know, grappling him to mess with him a little bit. Didn't really expect it to do too much. When there's a huge cluster of guys like that and you get hooked, like, sometimes you can just randomly get it off. You're going to get somebody. I wound up getting the silver, which is good. I don't feel like, apologies to Dilldozabub, but I don't feel like he's much of a threat. And Jerry Red, you know. So here... I decided to see what, you know, using that slope was all about rather than using the grapple. And I actually figured out that, wow, that's pretty good. I didn't think it would be that good. So probably start trying to use that a little more often. There I tried to ditch the item and then kill myself completely. But as I was, yeah, so I typed LOL in the chat because that was really stupid and funny. But Jerry Red, or however you say his name, seems like a little more of a threat than Dilldozabub, but, you know, no offense to either of them, you know. They're both bronze, so they put in their, you know, they put in some work. Here, gotta practice those recoveries, man. You gotta practice messing up and recovering from that, because he seems pretty good, but that was not a very good recovery at all. Everyone has an off moment, you know. The old charge into the slope and get a nice boost and then swing up there. Just so here I kind of made a mistake. I went for the grapple because that's kind of like habit, and that's kind of a poor choice, right? Because I could have just went for the slide. It would have been easier, and it would have probably made me go a lot faster. Well, it would certainly made me go a lot faster if I hit it than that screwed up grapple there. So here he's gonna probably try to ice beam me. I was expecting it right there. That probably would have been the most effective spot. Here, he just kind of fires it too soon. Oh, well. Ho hum. And then I take it down. So that was very interesting. All right, we're heading into Power Plant. This stage, not really a huge fan of it. I don't know, there's just not a lot of depth to it. And there I just completely screw up. Like, the lasers are kind of dumb. Like, I guess they kind of made that a little better. Like, you could choose not to get hit by the laser, but like, or not to have to run through the laser, but for the most part, it's like, you're going to want to do that because it gives you boost. There, Dilldozabub makes a mistake. He jumps when the guy gets the ice beam. And the guy has been using his items like as soon as he gets them, right? Looks like he's kind of messing up there. Well, either that or trying to avoid the hook. I feel like that was a poor choice of hook. Like, you're not really going to get any speed after you hook them, so what's the point of slowing them down? Yeah, so a very poor showing by Dilldozabub in that scramble there. Here I decided to take the top way and stay down to the ground so this way I can get under the boxes without a problem. Gotta watch out for the shockwave, but I boost a little bit and then use it as a speed boost on the slope rather than getting slowed down by it. Tries to meatball me there, but I was too close to him. A little bit of a startup animation. If somebody's got the meatball, you can stay close to them and not have to worry about it. So here, I'm going to use 2 boxes and anticipate his movement. I had the 3rd box in case I wanted to use it here. It's kind of a bad idea to follow me there because he just gives me the filled up boost. I got my 1 box. Waiting to use it. Drop it right there. I figure even if it doesn't hit anybody when I drop it, so here you see me slowing down a little bit, so I don't get hit by that like that. I figure even if that box doesn't do anything when I drop it, it might do it next lap. I just have to remember it's there and not get hit by it. Slow down a little tiny bit and blow my hook so I can get this item. He manages to navigate the boxes, but I'm just going to put another one right there. If he was trying to avoid the laser, if he had just gone through, the box would have slowed him down and the laser would have hit him at that point. Here I make a kind of a stupid decision to go right and try to get the boost, but then I get tripped by Sir Heineck, and that really messed me up for the entire point. So yeah, I wound up getting screwed there by a pretty good slide. So once again, our two other competitors aren't making the best showing. He does the 2-box drop, although I wouldn't have dropped the first box. I would have saved it for there, because that's it's really aggravating to get hit by a box in that spot. It's like, do you go the long way and not get the boost? And the box wound up doing something, although it wasn't for my point. So now he's just kind of like dropping the boxes and cycling items here. Yeah. Not very effective. I think this shows how ineffective item spam really is. It's not good. It just doesn't work as well as you'd want it to. You're better off using one item well than using 3 items just spamming them and trying to hit people with them. So here I go up, so this way I don't have to slow down. I'm not really too worried about the item. I don't feel like it's going to be too much of a threat to give these guys items. They haven't been using them too effectively. So here I just swing up and use the boost, and that gives me air time, so I can be ducking the hook. I gotta watch now. I gotta let him get ahead. Tried to hit him with that. That would have probably closed it out, but I missed. So I'm really just trying to avoid this hook right now. There I probably should have like baited it, because I don't feel like it would have done as much, because we weren't going to be going really fast. There I get the boost. It doesn't really do anything though, because I have to I can only get a little bit and then I have to blow it. So here the plan is to use the bomb to get myself a little bit of boost. And then I do it again, and then he hooks me. Oops. So I got to stay down. I can't do the double jump and get the real high air. So here, that's weird. My missile blew up on my screen, but I'm pretty sure it follows him and hits him right there. I don't know what's up with that. That's so weird, but that guy got so screwed. I don't think he realized how screwed he got from my perspective. He probably just saw the missile still kind of in the air on his screen. So here, there's the 2 boxes again. He navigates it. I probably could have gotten through that fast enough and been able to drop a box, but I didn't know he'd go the long way, so I would have dropped a box there if I did, but I just wound up dropping it on the slope below it, and that worked out okay. Alright, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider subscribing so you can see more videos of speedrunners as well as other content I produce for the channel. If you're interested in more speedrunners videos, make sure to also check out the speedrunners playlist. This has been AbMundane, aka Mundy. As always, thanks for watching, and have a good one.